Welcome back to the Daily Move. Today we're showing the shoulders some love. What you're going to need is a wall and a foam roller. It's optional to have a ball, some small weighted plates like 5 pounds, and a booty band. So grab what you need and we're gonna get started. So today we're starting off with a 5-minute foam roll. So here I'm putting it into the lat and the serratus area, so right underneath where that armpit is. And I'm just rolling back and forth here, spending some time in areas that feel a little bit tighter. Next, I'm laying on my stomach to get into the pec. And now I'm dragging it into my bicep here. Okay, I'm gonna flip my arm over to get into the tricep. And now we're gonna start in that serratus lat area again on the other side. Rolling onto my stomach to get into the pec. And now slowly make your way into the bicep. And then lastly, switching that arm over to get into that tricep. So next you're going to turn the foam roller so that it's lengthwise onto your back, and you want to get right where that shoulder blade is. And you're going to kind of do a mini crunch to keep your ribs down, and then you're going to allow your spine to slowly roll over that foam roller. You're going to do a slight sit up and then move the foam roller down your back to get to another point. Doing the same thing, extending over top of that foam roller. Your hands are behind your head, supporting the neck. And again, doing that small sit-up crunch to move to the next spot. Now I'm just going up and down to kind of foam roll that back before I do a second set. So going to position point number 1, creating that arch over top, doing a miniature sit-up, going to the next place. And as you breathe out, just melt over top of that foam roller. Going to that third spot now. Big breath in, and as you exhale, melt over top of that foam roller. So next you're going to take your foam roller lengthwise and you're going to lay down on it. You're not going to look very attractive here, but what you want to do is you want to flatten the back and have a double chin. We're doing a pec stretch here, so if you have the weight plates, this is when you're going to place them into your hands. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. And you're just going to let the elbows and the forearm fall at the same height down towards the floor. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to drag the elbows down towards the foam roller and then come back up to the starting position. You're going to repeat this 5 times. You can still do this motion without the weights. Once you've done 5, now we're going to reverse that action and go overhead. Make sure your shoulders are nice and strong through this. If you're feeling vulnerable, just shorten the range. You want to work within the range that you feel strength in, not to push anything, because we're not trying to create injury, we're just trying to create strength and mobility. We're going for 5 repetitions here. And once you've done your 5th one, come back to starting. And let the elbows and your wrists fall down towards the floor, feeling a nice stretch into the pec. Now what you're going to do is you're kind of doing a chest fly to lift the weight and the elbow up at the same time. Hold for 3 seconds and then relax for 3 seconds. You're going to repeat that 5 times. Once you're finished your 5 reps, make sure to leave the weights on the ground before bringing your arms close to your chest. So next we're going to go into a seated position. Again, the weight is optional here. And we're working your arm bone internal and external rotation. So you can see the weight there is pulling my arm forward. Just watch that that shoulder doesn't roll forward with it. We're just trying to get that arm bone to move within that shoulder girdle. And then with that external rotation, I'm just allowing the weight to slowly pull my arm out into that external rotation. Again, being in full control here. You want to do this 5 times before switching to the opposite side. Be mindful that that shoulder isn't rounding forward for you to get more range. Once you're done your 5th rep, you're going to switch sides, doing the same thing. Once you're done that 5th rep, you can put that weight away, and we're gonna be face down onto the floor here into a cactus pose. So your elbows are bent and up so that your elbows are matching where your shoulder is. We're gonna work external rotation here, so you can see as I'm lifting my wrist up. Just be mindful that you're not bending at the elbow, that you're just lifting straight off the floor up towards the ceiling. You want to hold up there for 2 to 3 seconds before relaxing down and repeating. You have 5 to 6 repetitions here. So I have a ball in my hand here. The ball is completely optional. I find it does help to show that internal external rotation of that arm. But you're face down here and you're alternating arms where you lift the arm up towards the ceiling as high as you can without compromising your form. And you want to fully internally rotate your arm, keeping that elbow as straight as possible, holding for a few seconds before you do full external rotation. And the order doesn't matter. You can go in or out. Once you've done it on one side, you're going to rest that arm while you do it on the opposite side. Now in this video, I've decided to do 3 repetitions here, but if you'd like to do more, you can pause the video and go right ahead. So you're going to get rid of the ball. Your arms are overhead. You're going to lift them up towards the ceiling. You're going to do a circle so that your arms come up your back. Let the elbows fall towards the floor, feeling a nice stretch into the shoulders. Then you're going to bring the elbows up, and then you're going to make the circle with the arms. Don't touch the floor. Keep them up, and repeat that. We're going for 5 reps here. Seeing if you can get your hands up higher each time up towards your back. Once you've done 5, you're going to stand on up, and you want to be standing sideways next to your wall. So the arm furthest away from the wall is just staying still so that you can't cheat by rotating your spine for this range. And you're creating a circle against the wall with that other arm. You're going to do 5 circles on one arm, and then you're going to repeat that on the opposite side. So again, making sure that you can create that arm circle without creating a rotation into your spine. And that's why that other arm is punched out towards the wall there, keeping you squared as you make this motion happen. To make this easier, move yourself away from the wall. To make it harder, have your hip touching the wall. So you can see when I get up to 90 degrees, my arm loses the frame, but I actually rotate my arm there so that I can finish that range. Otherwise, you're gonna feel stuck. So you can see when it's in the front there, you can see my palm, but when it gets to the back, my palm is actually facing the wall. Once you've done 5 on one side, repeat 5 on the other side. Now you do want your abs slightly contracted here, bringing the ribs down so that you don't flare open the ribs. If you're restricted at all in the shoulders, your spine wants to help out. And so it's easy to compensate by either flexing the spine, creating a little bit of that extension, flaring up the ribs, or creating rotation, either at the hips or throughout the spine.
You're probably using this and this, so you should start using this.
So next, if you have a booty band, great, it's gonna go around the wrist. If you don't, no worries. You're in a wide child's pose here. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing my ribs down, extending my arms away from my body, and then pulling the band apart or pulling my arms apart. Holding for 3 seconds, relaxing and repeating. You wanna do this 5 to 6 times. And you really wanna put pressure into your abs here as you're creating this motion. Relaxing the neck fully. You should feel a burning sensation into your lower traps. And if you have the strength, you can actually lift up the arms towards the ceiling. So you can either stop here, or this last move that I threw into this video is more of an advanced move. It's in a handstand supported by the wall, and you're doing a trap lean. So you can see that I'm going away from the wall and then letting my back touch the wall and then pushing myself through my arms again. This is completely optional, but it is a great shoulder opener and strengthener. And if you'd like, you can repeat this 6 to 8 times. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for following along and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Have an excellent day, guys. Bye.